Welcome to the Quick Crochet Stitch. I'm Sharon Silverman. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do Tunisian cross stitch. I used it in this Sweet Dreams pillow in my Crochet Pillows book, and I also used it for the Sweet Dreams baby blanket in my book Tunisian Crochet, The Look of Knitting with the Ease of Crocheting. The important thing to know is that Tunisian cross stitch, you'll have to work in pairs of stitches. So what I've done is made a swatch 14 stitches wide. We won't be working the cross stitch in the very beginning or the very end. So for my swatch, that leaves 12 stitches, 6 pairs of stitches. What I'm going to do, you always skip the first vertical bar in Tunisian crochet. For my first row of cross stitch, I'm also skipping the second vertical bar. So I'm going to put my hook in that third stitch, yarn over, pull up like a Tunisian simple stitch, and then I'm going to go back to the stitch I skipped, which you can see is this one between the first and third. So I'm going back, yarn over, and pull up a loop. That gives me my first X. Now where I have to go is the next pair of stitches. I want to make sure I skip over the stitch that I've already worked into. That's 1, 2, 3. Now I have this next pair. So again, I'm going to skip one vertical bar, go to the second one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then go back to the one that I skipped. I'm working in front of the one that I've just completed. So I'm going to enter that stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now I have one unworked, one that's not in an X, and 2 sets of X's. And you can see how they kind of want to stay together, the pairs. I'll continue that across, skipping one and then going back for it. Okay, so that's my third X. Should have 3 more to go before the final stitch. There's 4 pairs. And if it's hard to see the stitch you skipped, just stretch your work out a little. There's my 5th pair. And now here's my last set of X. And then I have my unworked stitch on the far end. I like to anchor my hook under 2 loops. And you can see here where those 2 loops are. I'll put my hook in so you get a better look. It's actually farther down than you think it should be. Kind of looks like a backwards 6. Hope you can see that pretty well. And yarn over and pull up my last loop. So I had 1 unworked stitch, 6 pairs, and 1 more just plain Tunisian simple stitch. That gives me my 14 stitches. And for my return pass, standard return, yarn over, pull through a loop, and then the rest of the way it's yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And then I'll show you what those X's look like. I think it's a very pretty pattern. In the 2 patterns that I mentioned, I did 2 rows of X stitches alternating with 2 rows of Tunisian knit. But you could work all in X, you could intersperse it with some other stitches. So here you can really see that X shape. They're starting to show up very well. For the next row, I'm going to do the same thing. Don't work in that first vertical bar. Skip one, go to the third one, yarn over, pull up a loop, go back and find the one you skipped. Works the same way all the way across. Skip over one, and then go back. Make sure you're keeping the hook to the front of your work. So I'll continue doing that for my 6 pairs of X's. If you can figure out how to do an O, you could do a tic-tac-toe blanket. 5. I have 1 more set. 6. And then again, that last stitch on the row, see how it kind of looks like a backward 6? Starting right here. I'm going to put my hook right under those 2 threads to keep my end nice and neat, my far edge. And for the return, standard return, yarn over and pull through 1 loop. The rest of the way we'll yarn over and pull through 2. And see how quickly this goes. And then let's look. You can see those X's right over each other and how the pairs kind of separate from each other. There you have it, Tunisian cross stitch. Thanks for joining me at the Quick Crochet Stitch.